With the click of a button, you can bring down nations to their knees very rapidly, if you so desire, and if you're willing to take the risks, because every system can be hacked.
On the 31st of July 2024, Ismail Haniyeh, the political leader of Hamas, was assassinated along with his personal bodyguard in the Iranian capital Tehran by a remotely detonated explosive device hidden in his room. This is a detailed, minute-by-minute account of how the assassination went down, based on an article published on the Jewish Chronicle by Elon Perry, a former commando soldier of the elite Golani Brigade of the Israel Defense Forces. Haniyeh was killed in his accommodation in a military-run guest house after attending the inauguration ceremony for Iranian President Mossad Pezeshkian. It has been widely believed, though not officially confirmed by the Israeli government, that Israel was responsible for the killing of the Hamas leader. Several reports indicated that the device had been smuggled into the heavily guarded complex approximately 2 months earlier. However, the Jewish Chronicle reveals that the explosive device placed under his bed was planted on the day of the assassination by 2 Iranians recruited by the Mossad from the Ansar al-Mahdi security unit of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the very individuals responsible for securing the building and its guests. The Iranians themselves realized this after the assassination, when security camera footage showed the guards on the day of the assassination moving stealthily in the hallway towards the room where Haniyeh planned to stay, opening the door with a key and entering the room. 3 minutes later, the guards, who were each offered a 6-figure sum as well as immediate relocation to a northern European country, were captured on camera calmly leaving the room, going down the stairs towards the main entrance of the building, exiting, and getting into a black car. The guard at the parking lot checkpoint recognized them and opened the gate without asking any questions. An hour later, they were smuggled out of Iran by the Mossad. The explosion, which was set off remotely by a robot, occurred just after midnight, precisely at 1:37 a.m. local time. To avoid possible detection, the Mossad planted a flat brick explosive 3 inches wide by 6 inches long, which was fastened to the bottom of the bed. To minimize harm to innocent civilians, they used a bomb known for its precision, targeting only Haniyeh's room. Consequently, only a specific area of the building was damaged. Haniyeh's assassination, decided on after October 7th, required a complex set of arrangements involving a network of Mossad spies spread throughout Tehran, including local Iranian collaborators active in Iran long before the Gaza War. Over the past 20 years, Israel has been gathering intelligence about Iran's efforts to develop nuclear weapons. This intelligence, along with the recruitment of the 2 IRGC members, enabled the operation's success. Following the decision to carry out Haniyeh's assassination, the Mossad began searching for a suitable opportunity to strike. The opportunity arose when Haniyeh was invited to Tehran for the new Iranian president's inauguration. The Mossad, with the assistance of Intelligence Unit 8200, the IDF unit responsible for clandestine operations, intercepted phone calls between the organizers of the inauguration and the invited guests. When Haniyeh confirmed his attendance, the Mossad began executing the plan to eliminate Haniyeh in the guest house where he usually stayed during his visits to Tehran. Mossad then dispatched its agents to regularly visit the area to manage the operational logistics, map every street and alleyway, identify potential escape routes, and check the building's security measures. However, the agents faced difficulties upon arrival. The guest house was perched on a hill and surrounded by a forest of towering trees, making it challenging to observe the building clearly. In response, 5 agents dressed in green clothing climbed the trees closest to the building, camouflaged by the greenery. This provided them with a clear view. Their role was to report as soon as Haniyeh arrived, having memorized his car's color and license plate number. Lacking a source inside the building to inform them when Haniyeh entered his room, another Mossad squad, also dressed in green, positioned themselves in the trees with a clear view of Haniyeh's window. Their task was to notify the bomb operator as soon as the light in Haniyeh's room was turned off. At 1:20, all the invited guests arrived at the guest house. Haniyeh entered his room after exchanging goodbyes, while his bodyguard stood outside the door. About 10 minutes later, the light was switched off, and silence fell over the area. At that moment, the bomb operator detonated the explosion, shaking the entire structure. Haniyeh was killed immediately. His bodyguard, Wasim Abu Shaban, was critically injured and later died from heavy bleeding. The Mossad had identified him as a wanted terrorist, a senior member of Hamas's military wing, and one of the terrorists who had infiltrated Israel through a tunnel in 2014, murdering 5 IDF soldiers. Following the assassination, Iranian security authorities raided the guest house compound, arresting 28 senior military officials and headquarters personnel present. They confiscated all electronic devices to search their communications. Iranian agents scanned the entire facility and analyzed the security camera footage. When they discovered IRGC members' involvement, their anger was palpable. The next day, their threats of severe punishment towards Israel were fueled as much by humiliation as by the death of a senior Hamas official they were hosting. Mossad had multiple opportunities to eliminate Haniyeh in Qatar, but refrained from doing so because Qatar served as a vital negotiator between Hamas and Israel during the hostage crisis. An assassination on Qatari soil might have embarrassed Qatar and jeopardized any future peace accord between Israel and Qatar, which had been under discussion before the Gaza War. After the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh, Hamas has chosen Yahya Sinwar, its local leader in Gaza, to take over as its new top political leader worldwide. Sinwar was an early architect of Hamas's armed wing and is considered one of the masterminds behind the October 7, 2023 attacks on Israel, in which militants killed 1,200 people in southern Israel and took about 250 as hostages. Israel has put him at the top of its kill list after the October 7th attack. The International Criminal Court has issued arrest warrants for Yahya Sinwar and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on charges of war crimes and crimes against humanity over the October 7th attacks on Israel and the subsequent war in Gaza. The situation in the Middle East is rapidly changing. We'll keep you updated as the events unfolds. Let us have your opinions about the situation in the Middle East in the comments section, and what you think about Mossad Squad and their capabilities. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more fascinating stories. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Cheers!